GR Level YouTube, o sea, YT. Estuve en toda la misión Artemis 2 desde el principio cuando vimos el inicio de la misión. Pues has estado en el inicio, has estado en la aproximación a la Luna y ahora vas a estar en la reentrada. De verdad, muchísimas gracias por apoyarme aquí en los directos del Artemis 2. Estoy pensando y viendo que tenéis tanto interés por temas de misiones. O sea, yo no me esperaba todo este apoyo con los directos, la verdad. O sea, voy a ser sincero. No me esperaba que el otro día fuéramos a ser 540 personas. Eso fue muchísimo. En todo caso, muchísimas gracias, de verdad, por el apoyo. Y como veo que os gusta, estoy planeando que todos los lanzamientos que haya de aquí en adelante, hacer directos, viéndolos juntos, ¿no? Rollo, una hora antes ya, viéndolo, hablando de todos los detalles, de lo que se va a hacer, etcétera. Ver todas las misiones de la NASA. De la NASA, SpaceX y cualquier otro programa espacial que mande cosas al espacio. Creo que lo vamos a empezar a hacer y para ver todos juntos en directo. Yo me espero cada 3 años para ver Interestelar y sentir esa misma sensación. Yo quiero verla en el cine, no la vi en el cine. No sé dónde la vi por primera vez, pero la quiero ver en el cine. Espalet, ¿qué pasó con el Apolo 1? Lo comentamos el otro día. En el Apolo 1 lo que pasó es que hubo, creo que un cortocircuito en el interior de la cabina, se produjo un incendio y debido a que el mecanismo de apertura de la puerta se estropeó, los astronautas no pudieron salir y se murieron calcinados dentro, por desgracia. ¡Ey! Acabo de ver un comentario que me gustó mucho. Franco del Castillo. Ah, no, perdón. Bueno, ¿qué otros juegos del espacio recomiendas aparte de SFS? Universe Sandbox, No Man's Sky, Space Engine y Kerbal Space Program. Si quieres algo muy parecido al SFS, te tienes que comprar el Kerbal Space Program. Buenísimo, muy bueno. Aquí, ya encontré el comentario. César. Logré hacer el Artemis 2 en SFS y se destruyó en la atmósfera. ¿Ves? Es que eso puede pasar hoy, tío, si no tienes el suficiente cuidado con la reentrada. ¿Por qué en YouTube Short los directos tienen como un K de vistas y los de YouTube? No lo sé, no tengo ni la menor idea. No lo sé. Vaya obsesión tenés con Artemis. Hombre, claro, hay que cubrir esto. Esto hay que verlo, esto es histórico. Esto es histórico, tío, esto es histórico. Después de Artemis 2 sigue Artemis 3 para 2028 aproximadamente. Pues mira, Elías, por lo que he estado leyendo, bueno, aún no está confirmado cuándo va a ser Artemis 3, no se sabe. En Artemis 3 lo que quieren hacer, bueno, voy a bajar un poquito el volumen. En Artemis 3 lo que quieren hacer es probar el módulo de... O sea, quieren probar, creo que es el módulo de descenso lunar y las maniobras que van a hacer antes de ir a la Luna. Esto nos incluye desde una maniobra de acople orbital en la Tierra o en la Luna del espacio, buscas acoplarlas y así que esta parte de aquí, que es la que impulsa, les lleve luego a la Luna. En cambio, también otra cosa que he estado leyendo es que a lo mejor se intenta hacer, creo que es como en el Apolo 9 o 10, no me acuerdo cuál era, 9 o 10, que lo que van a hacer es un simulacro de descenso en la Luna. Van hacia la superficie de la Luna con el mismo equipo, con absolutamente todo, pero a lo mejor 10 kilómetros antes de llegar a la superficie se dan la vuelta para probar el descenso y que todo esté bien. Entonces, ¿la Artemis 3 cuándo puede ser? Bueno, pues se está barajando entre 2027 y 2028. Yo por lo que he leído es más 2027, pero claro, aquí puede haber cambios en la agenda, estudiar todo lo que ha pasado en la Artemis 2, etcétera, etcétera. Entonces, cuidado.
Aprovecha 30% en miles de chompas y casacas. Solo en Falabella.
Marte ya es muy difícil. Marte es muy difícil. O sea, antes faltarán un montón de misiones. Pero ve un empleado de la NASA se deja un tornillo en el bolsillo. Su cara. Es que tal cual. Es que puede... A ver, eso exactamente no. Pero puede pasar algo por el estilo. De que tú estás apretando los tornillos y el día que te toca apretar un tornillo, no lo aprietas lo suficientemente fuerte o cualquier cosa, sí, yo qué sé, ¿sabes? Errores humanos lo puede cometer cualquiera. Cualquiera puede cometer un error, que se hacen, claro, miles de revisiones, todo se revisa una y otra vez, pero es que siempre puede pasar cualquier cosa, un cálculo, se te fue una décima y por una décima explotan en la atmósfera, pues puede ser. ¿Por qué 2027? Pues porque mira, tienen que construir el cohete, estudiar lo que pasó en la Artemis 2, mejorarlo, o sea, esperar una buena ventana para el despegue, ¿no? Es que son muchas cosas, son muchas cosas. Décima vez que lo pide, me saludas, please. Alancas, muchísimas gracias por estar en el directo de hoy, de verdad, muchísimas gracias a todos. Muchísimas gracias a todos por apoyar el contenido del universo. Que Artemis 3, el módulo y la misión en general salga bien, igual como espero que esta misión salga bien. Espalet, ¿puedes mandar un saludo? Claro, Francisco, muchísimas gracias por estar en el directo de hoy. Un saludo para ti, de verdad, muchísimas gracias y espero que disfrutes del descenso. Hola, Espalet, soy fan desde el 2021. No había comentado en ningún vídeo tuyo porque la mayoría solo los veía en la tele. Y por cierto, ¿cómo reaccionaste cuando llegaste a los 400k? Pues mira, me sentí muy contento. O sea, mi meta que más me gustó creo que fue la de los 1000, porque de pronto pasé de 200 o 300 suscriptores, pasé de pronto a 1000 de golpe, gracias a Solar Smash. Pero los 100.000 me gustaron mucho, me acuerdo dónde estaba, o sea, estaba en una tienda de muebles con mi novia, iba viendo el móvil y yo ya veía, ¿no? Estaba en 99.700 u 800 y decía, ya vamos a llegar a los 100.000, ya llegamos. Y de pronto estábamos en la tienda, yo actualizando y ¡pum! Fueron 100.000 y dije, ya está, lo hemos conseguido. ¿En cuánto fueron? ¿En 2 años o 1 año y medio conseguir los 100.000? No, fueron 2 años, 2 años. Spalet, me acuerdo la primera vez que vi la historia del Apolo 11 y desde ese día la astronomía me empezó a encantar. Nunca pensé que vería un cohete pasar cerca de la Luna y volver a la Tierra. Cuidado. A lo mejor lo ves pasar cerca de la Luna, pero no de la... Bueno, de la Tierra va a pasar, pero a lo mejor no va a volver. Cuidado. Vamos a escuchar ahora al control de misión hablando con los astronautas. Todo está correcto, dicen. Todo está en excelentes condiciones. Entiendo que 82.000 millas náuticas de la Tierra. Que esos son aproximadamente unos 120.000 kilómetros. No es muy alto, están cerca, se están acercando. Spalet, ¿habrá Artemis 5? Pues no lo... Sí, tiene que haber. Porque aunque en la Artemis 4 su objetivo sea llegar a la Luna, luego quieren montar allí bases lunares y de todo. Así que sí, en principio debería haber. ¿Dónde van a caer en la costa oeste de Estados Unidos en el Océano Pacífico? Eres un buen youtuber, bro, te mereces más. Celomi, muchísimas gracias por tus palabras, de verdad, muchísimas... Se intenta hacer lo que se puede, la verdad. Se intenta hacer lo que se puede. Spalet, ¿podrías hacer un tutorial de cómo hacer un cargo door en Spaceflight Simulator? Entiendo que con eso te estás refiriendo al transbordador espacial, pero no lo sé hacer. Espera, quiero que si te refieres a un transbordador espacial, lo siento mucho, pero no lo sé hacer. Mirad cómo se está moviendo la nave espacial para acomodarse, ¿eh? Ya se está empezando a mover y lo vemos muchísimo con la Tierra. Esto está guapo, ¿eh? Esto está muy, muy guapo. Se ve precioso. Ojalá que la imagen fuera 4K, todo detallado, pero creo que es pedir mucho ya. Creo que estoy pidiendo demasiado. Vamos a poner un momento una música buena para este momento tan bonito. Perdonad, sé que está la pantalla en negro, pero para poner música lo necesito. Ya está. Es que esta canción con el espacio es que pega demasiado bien. Pega demasiado bien. Recreé el Saturn 5 en Spaceflight Simulator y me sale muy bien el proceso, solo que no sé cómo acoplar naves. Tienes un tutorial en el canal de cómo acoplar naves. Es el tutorial de cómo se hace la... ¡Ah, mirad! ¿Cómo van a entrar? Vaya bola de fuego. Misma. Ahí ya despliegan los paracaídas, llevan 2, parece ser. Wow.
Yogurt Mi Primer Live Defensas de Acero, con Nutrihierro Más que ayuda a prevenir la anemia, creado con pediatras y nutricionistas.
Cuando sumas más servicios Movistar, tienes más beneficios. Veamos, si tienes pospago máximo...
¿Tiene descuentos?
Un poquito siempre está bien. Ya sabéis que a mí me gusta siempre meterle un poquito de lo épico. Un poquito no está mal. Y mirad, luego después de haber ya entrado, cómo ya desaparece, ¿no? Todas esas... Bueno, es que esto que estábamos viendo era la primera fase de la reentrada, ¿no? Luego tienen aquí una segunda, como va a hacer la Artemis, o sea, es la misma maniobra. Primero bajan, frenan y luego vuelven a bajar. Es que ojalá poder verlo así, no habría palabras para describir lo que sería ver esto así. No habría palabras. No habría palabras, de verdad. Bueno, vamos a volver con la NASA, porque aquí la nave Orión ya está más cerca que nunca. Estamos muy cerca. Nos queda poquito ya. Estamos a unos menos de 30 minutos para comenzar el descenso, ¿vale? Bueno, el descenso ya están bajando, pero en menos
Integrity, good. CM raise burn. Your flight path angle is within limits.
Integrity copies. Looks good on board, Jackie.
So the final maneuver is now complete. Our trajectory for a splashdown in the Pacific 29 minutes from now is set and will not be amended any further. And we have the right angle of attack to mitigate any excessive heat loads on the vehicle during entry interface.
Integrity Houston, a heads up about comm coverage. When you perform the 180 roll, for the first minute or so in that attitude, we expect about a minute LOS.
We copy.
So for those who are watching the series of events coming up, we will enter the first traces of Earth's atmosphere 14 minutes, 45 seconds from now. 6:53 and 30 seconds is what is pegged for entry interface at an altitude of 400,000 feet, traveling at approximately 34,800 feet per second, range to touchdown or splashdown 1,701 nautical miles. 24 seconds after entry interface, we will enter a 6-minute blackout period in which we will lose communications with the crew. This is expected due to the buildup of plasma around the vehicle. That's an ionization effect due to the collision, if you will, of the velocity of the spacecraft with the friction of the Earth's atmosphere. That 6-minute blackout is expected to begin at 6:53 and 54 seconds p.m. Central Time. During that period of time, we will reach our peak speed of 24,661 miles per hour. That comes just short, based on unofficial data from the flight dynamics officer right now, will come just short of the velocity record set by Apollo 10 of 24,791 miles per hour in 1969. We expect peak heating on the vehicle at 6:54 and 52 seconds p.m. Central Time, a minute and 22 seconds into entry interface. At that point, we will be just 204,000 feet above the Earth, traveling at 33,000 feet per second. The blackout period is expected to last 6 minutes. We expect that blackout period to end at 6:59 and 55 seconds p.m. Central Time. From the end of the blackout period until splashdown, it is just 7 minutes, at which point we'll start deploying the series of parachutes to slow Integrity down to an ultimate splashdown velocity of just 19 miles an hour.
We see the same, waiting for the 180 rolls.
The parachute deployment sequence, once again, will come in several segments, but in rapid-fire succession.
And we have a great view of the moon out window 2. Looks a little smaller than yesterday.
Guess we'll have to go back.
Reed Wiseman and Jackie Mahaffey exchanging discussion on a view of the moon that Integrity's astronauts are seeing in the final minutes of this mission that will be completed with splashdown just 25 minutes from now. 3 forward bay cover parachutes will be used to pull the forward bay cover off the top of the vehicle. Then 2 drogue parachutes will be deployed to slow and stabilize the crew module during its descent, followed by 3 pilot parachutes that will lift and deploy the main parachutes from the forward bay. The final sequence will have 3 main parachutes deployed. These will be 116 feet in diameter, each main parachute approximately 265 feet long when reefed. The parachutes will ultimately slow Integrity down from its peak speed of almost 33 times the speed of sound to a gentle 19 miles an hour at splashdown. The vehicle is now currently in a roll to the proper attitude for entry interface. Our trajectory is right on according to flight dynamics. Integrity is on a trajectory from southwest and northeast across the Pacific Ocean, descending at a rate of 15,000 feet per second. Range to touchdown 4,300 nautical miles, all the systems in excellent shape.
Integrity, Orion in the EI roll 180 attitude.
Looks good on board, Jackie.
This view out of one of Integrity's windows. We had a call for 3 good barrows. Those are barometric pressure sensors that feed altitude and rate of descent information to Integrity's computers that will trigger the parachute deployment sequence. We are less than 9 minutes away from entry interface, 22 minutes from splashdown. You can see the reflection of one of the crew members in the window. Out in the Pacific, the weather conditions remain go. Just a few clouds, some scattered clouds, winds at 10 knots, wave heights just about 4 feet. A gentle day in the Pacific for the homecoming of Integrity's astronauts.
Integrity back in EI attitude.
We see the same on board, Jackie. Houston, purge is complete. Crew and vehicle are configured for entry.
Houston copies.
And we're in step 37, transferring nav state to BFS. And Houston, in instruction 509, we are not below 0.2.
Nueva familia, mi primer live de defensas de acero y pancitas felices, creado con pediatras y nutricionistas.
Integrity, no action required.
Sabemos que estás por hacer clic en ese botón, pero necesitamos tu ayuda. Tenemos un botón mejor, te lo prometemos.
Now 6 minutes away from entry interface. We will hit the first 6 minutes away from entry interface at an altitude of 400,000 feet. We will hit the first traces of Earth's 34,000 at an altitude of 400,000 feet, traveling about 34,882 feet per second. Range to splashdown at that point will be 1,701 nautical miles. And once again, just a reminder, some 24 seconds after entry interface, we do expect to lose communications with the vehicle and the crew during a 6-minute blackout period when a plasma shield will build up around the spacecraft due to the ionization, due to heating effects. And Flight Dynamics has just confirmed we will have a blackout period of exactly 6 minutes in duration. And once again, that's due to the fact that a plasma buildup around the vehicle will prevent communications and data, so we will not be able to talk to the crew members at that time, nor will we receive data here in the flight control room.
Houston, everything is looking good on board. Just confirm no pre-EI downloads.
Houston concurs.
That blackout period to begin at 6:53 and 54 seconds p.m. Central Time, and again will last about 6 minutes in duration. We're 4 minutes away from entry interface. This view from Integrity as it crosses from southwest to northeast across the Pacific Ocean, 3 minutes from entry interface. "16.5 minutes till splashdown." The USS John P. Murtha and the recovery team is on station and in position, as are the airborne imagery assets that we hope to receive imagery from as Artemis enters the Earth's atmosphere and through parachute deployment. All of Integrity's systems are in great shape. The crew is ready to complete its mission just 15.5 minutes from now. All of the activities today have gone off in perfect fashion. No issues with the vehicle, no issues with the crew. And the weather at the splashdown site is go. Coming up on 1 minute until entry interface. Mark 1 minute until entry interface. 1 minute 20 seconds until the expected start of our 6-minute blackout.
Integrity, 1 minute to a 6-minute blackout.
Integrity.
Ten seconds till entry interface. And we have crossed the threshold, now entering the Earth's atmosphere. We're at 400,000 feet, traveling 34,800 feet per second. Time to splash down 13 minutes, 10 seconds. And as predicted, we've entered our communications blackout. This will be a 6-minute blackout period. No voice, no data from the crew. We're 30 seconds away from the anticipated point of peak heating on the vehicle, where temperatures will rise to about 4,000 to 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the true test of our trajectory. And from the G5 aircraft in the vicinity of the splashdown zone, this view of integrity. So that pinpoint of light shows the vehicle as it enters the period of peak heating in the Earth's atmosphere, the first tug of gravity being felt by Integrity's astronauts since their launch back on April 1st. Four and a half minutes until the end of the blackout period. Time to splash down, 11 minutes, 33 seconds. The landing and support officer reports that the P-3 has acquisition on Integrity. Three and a half minutes left in this blackout period. This is a visualization of the plasma buildup around the spacecraft and the repelling of that heat on Integrity's heat shield. Flight Dynamics reports that airborne assets in the vicinity of the splashdown zone do have a visual on Integrity. Still 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in our blackout period. Time to splashdown, 9 minutes, 35 seconds. Multiple airborne assets as part of the recovery team all have visuals on integrity. And the WB-57 flying in the splashdown zone also has a visual. And the Navy helos also have visuals. We're still in the blackout period. Still do not have communications from the crew. We're standing by for communications from the crew. We should be out of the blackout period less than a minute from now. We are now processing data from integrity. Landing and support officer reports the small boats are en route to the splashdown target zone. Passing through 150,000 feet, our trajectory is perfect. We're getting intermittent views of integrity. Still waiting to establish voice communication.
Integrity, Houston, comm check, post-blackout.
Houston, Integrity, we have you loud and clear.
Your trajectory is nominal, and your recovery teams have visual.
Guidance looks good.
No action for the enabled internal camera controller fail.
Big cheers from the viewing room here in Mission Control as voice communication reestablished with Commander Reed Wiseman. For America and a waiting world, Integrity is 5.5 minutes away from coming home. Passing 100,000 feet now. Range to splashdown 19 nautical miles.
Integrity, impact to the camera controller fail is no cab 1 views of the chutes.
Integrity.
We're processing good data through the GPS system. A good view of integrity, time to splashdown 4.5 minutes. And a view of integrity from the WB-57. We're at 50,000 feet. The pyros are armed for forward bay cover jettison. And there go the first series of parachutes, and we're on drogues.
And Houston, we're visual 2 drogues out the window.
2 good drogue chutes. Next up,
We copy, we see them.
Next up, the deployment of pilot parachutes that will pull the main chutes out. Time to splash down 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Perfect descent rate according to flight dynamics.
Good rates on 2 drogues.
We see the same on board.
Passing through 10,000 feet, still on drogues. Main chute deploy. We're at 5,000 feet. Search and recovery beacon has been activated on integrity. And we have 3 good main chutes. Good 3 main chutes, good reefing, good descent rate.
Good rates, and we see 3 good-looking parachutes. Integrity. Cabin pressure indicates no need for hydrazine checks.
Integrity copies.
This is a perfect descent for integrity. Its crew sounding hale and hearty on board. Time to splash down 1 minute, 15 seconds. Integrity about to complete a journey spanning 694,481 miles from its launch from the Kennedy Space Center back on April 1st, and a trip around the moon. Passing through 1,000 feet.
Integrity, splashdown, sending post-landing command now.
Splashdown confirmed.
Copy splashdown, waiting on VLDR.
Splashdown confirmed at 7:07 p.m. Central Time, 5:07 p.m. Pacific Time. From the pages of Jules Verne to a modern-day mission to the moon, a new chapter of the exploration of our celestial neighbor is complete. Integrity's astronauts back on Earth. And the landing and support officer reports the vehicle is stable 1. We still will be deploying the crew module uprighting system to maintain that orientation. A perfect bullseye splashdown for Integrity and its 4 astronauts. The unofficial splashdown time, 7:07 and 47 seconds p.m. Central Time. We'll get that refined for you. That would put the end of the mission at a mission elapsed time of 9 days, 1 hour, 31 minutes, 35 seconds. And we're configuring for very low data rate. Once again, splashdown occurring in the Pacific, southwest of San Diego at 7:07 and 47 seconds p.m.
Integrity, Houston, comm check on VLDR.
Houston, we have you loud and clear on VLDR. How else?
We have you the same. We'll meet you over in post-landing.
Perfect communications established.
A journey. We are stable 1, 4 green crew members.
Houston copies all.
Reed Wiseman reporting 4 green crew members. That is not their complexion. That is the fact that they're in great condition. That's what that means. So stable 1, upright. The crew module uprighting system is being deployed. The 5 airbags being inflated through helium to maintain the upright configuration for the vehicle. This was a textbook entry and a textbook touchdown for Integrity. Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen back on Earth after a journey around the moon. We continue to monitor the functioning of the CMOOS system. The airbags are being inflated to maintain a stable 1 or upright configuration. And there's a good view from one of the naval helicopters hovering overhead. Reed Wiseman reporting 4 green crew members, meaning they're all in excellent shape.
Integrity, Houston, for SAR beacon and radio.
our beacon is in for 06, and we're powering the radio now. Go ahead.
We see the beacon on. However, the recovery team is not seeing the signal. Your SAR radio uses the same antenna, so you may run into trouble with the radio.
Okay, copy. We are also powering up the sat phone now.
So integrity is in great shape, and as the crew continues its post-splashdown timelined activities on board, Reed Wiseman once again reporting that all 4 crew members are in excellent shape, and we have 5 inflated airbags to maintain an upright configuration so that the recovery team can now begin a slow approach to the vehicle. Meanwhile, here in the flight control room, Entry Flight Director Rick Henfling is polling his team of flight controllers for the start of powering down the vehicle after a thorough systems check. We have no toxic gases to be concerned about, so the recovery personnel can approach the vehicle, but not until we have powered down the spacecraft. That's expected to take a few more minutes. Integrity back on Earth following its historic flyby of the moon. It was, for all intents and purposes, a textbook mission.
On 2828, but I'll remain on this frequency.
We copy.
Reed Wiseman indicating some trouble with the SARSAT phone on board. But that's not an issue. What is more important is that the vehicle is solid. No issues as we begin the power down of the vehicle to begin the recovery process. The propulsion officer here in Mission Control reports that we have safed the prop system on integrity.
Can you say again that was very weak and broken?
Integrity, Houston did not call.
Copy that, Houston. It might have been on the SAR radio. Stand by.
All of the milestones were executed in perfect fashion. Integrity entering the Earth's atmosphere right on time, reaching its peak speed shortly after a blackout period began. We emerged from the blackout period, but the recovery imagery airborne assets were able to pick up Integrity's descent almost immediately through entry interface, tracking the vehicle all the way down. And finally, you saw the sequence of chute deployments. First, the forward bay cover being pulled off the top of the vehicle by a series of 3 parachutes. Then the drogue chutes were deployed, followed by the 3 main chutes that slowed the splashdown velocity of Integrity to just 19 miles an hour.
Integrity, Houston, with no joy on SAR and SAT phone, we'd like you to command an additional 15 minutes for a total of 30-minute power down delay.
All right, Jackie, we have selected T/D+30. No joy on SAR radio or sat phone. And stand by, we have the master diver on SAR radio. Please hold comms.
Hey, Lily. Excuse me. Hey, Jackie, we just got the master diver on SAR.
A good view of one of the fast boats.
Integrity, Houston, if you are happy with your comm with Master Diver, you can go back to the 15-minute power down.
Okay, stand by. Yeah, we'll confirm here in a second.
The crew on board Integrity coordinating with the flight control team in Houston here in Mission Control on the timing of the power down of the vehicle, which will be the precursor to the recovery teams approaching the spacecraft. There are no issues with Integrity. We've had a bit of broken capability in establishing a SARSAT or satellite phone communications capability between the crew on board Integrity and the recovery team. That will get sorted out here shortly. There's plenty of cooling on board Integrity, so there's no rush to begin the power down.
To call you on the sat phone and not getting an answer there either.
Concur. We haven't had anything come through.
And Houston, if you could relay to recovery that we hear them, but it does not appear as though they are hearing us.
Houston copies, and Reed, just to confirm, you are pushing the PTT on the radio.
So as we continue to sort out the communications between Integrity and the recovery teams, we are standing by for the initiation of the power down procedures that, as you see, the recovery teams are moving towards the side of the capsule. The next major event will be the erection of that large inflatable raft called the front porch. That will be the port of call for the crew as they're being extracted one by one from the vehicle.
Integrity, Houston, for sat phone, we are going to attempt to call you.
Good idea, standing by.
And Jackie, yes, we are pushing the push to talk, the two buttons on the left side of the radio below the up-down arrows. We are utilizing them. I'm rebooting the radio to see if we get good comms.
Okay, we copy all, and just to confirm, you are seeing that you are touchdown plus 3030 for power, correct?
That's affirmative.
We are trying a backdoor approach to have Mission Control here call the crew on their satellite phone. This all part of the coordination for the power down of the vehicle that will initiate the actual recovery operation. The first boats with the Navy divers on board are standing by, waiting to close in on Integrity to begin the process of erecting the large inflatable raft that's called the front porch that will be where the astronauts are extracted from so that they can have a few minutes to get their land legs back before they're hoisted aboard the Navy helicopters for the flight back to the deck of the USS John P. Murtha.
Do not reply.
And Houston, please don't reply. NRD, very weak, but readable. Master Diver, we can hear, but they cannot hear us. And Houston on OE1, is there any chance to tie us into NRD?
Checking.
This is Mission Control, Houston. While we stand by for the establishment of communications between Integrity and the recovery team that is basically standing by very close to the spacecraft, we're going to go to the deck of the USS John P. Murtha, where Megan Cruz is standing by with Administrator Jared Isaacman.
Hey, Rob, yeah, just such an honor to be able to be here on the ship, to be able to share and experience this moment with everyone together. And of course, as you just said, yes, here with NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman. Administrator, how did you feel getting to witness this and seeing NASA at its best?
Oh, I mean, I'm honestly, I'm still at a loss for words. I mean, you know, like the childhood Jared right now can't believe what I just saw. I mean, almost been waiting my whole lifetime to see this, and then it's NASA Administrator. I just couldn't be more proud of the entire workforce, the years, the effort, the late nights, all the hard work from across the country that contributed to this incredible moment right now. And yeah, incredibly grateful too for our teams here on the John P. Murtha right now.
Yeah, look at them behind us here.
We got everybody. Hey, what do you guys think? We just brought some astronauts back from the moon, huh? Unbelievable. Thank you. Yeah, so grateful to the Navy, the sailors that are here, the NASA teams. I mean, this is a joint effort that's on their way right now. These recovery forces are getting out to our Orion spacecraft, to Integrity, to get our astronauts back on the ship safely.
Yeah, and this is not just an accomplishment for NASA. This is an accomplishment for humanity. Again, a historic mission to the moon and back. How does this make you feel, and what do you hope people take away from this?
Well, I'll tell you, I think about the crew members that we've all had an opportunity to
to observe over the last 10 days, right? I mean, they're absolutely professional astronauts. I mean, wonderful communicators, almost poets. But then I think these were the ambassadors from humanity to the stars that we sent out there right now. And I can't imagine a better crew than the Artemis 2 crew that just completed a perfect mission right now. So yes, it's a huge moment for everybody, right? I mean, we are back in the business of sending astronauts to the moon, bringing them back safely, and to set up for a series more. I mean, this is not a once in a lifetime, which you hear sometimes around here. It's like, this was a once in a lifetime. No, it's not. This is just the beginning. We are going to get back into doing this with frequency, sending missions to the moon until we land on it in 2028 and start building our base.
Yeah, are we going to build on the momentum for Artemis 3? I mean, it's just around the corner.
Absolutely. So, I mean, that's, you know, part of me too. Like, I can't wait to get the crew off of Integrity right now, but also getting Integrity back on this ship so we can start taking a look at it, because all that data is so precious to us right now. I mean, we are going to definitely want to take a good look at the thermal protection system. We're going to want to download all the data they couldn't transmit back to us and use that to inform Artemis 3. But we're already making progress, right? You had SRB segments already showing up at KSC. Core stage for Artemis 3 is rolling out on April 20th. We're getting Mobile Launcher 1 back in vehicle assembly building. So yes, there is a lot to celebrate right now on a mission well accomplished for Artemis 2, and at the same time, we got to start getting ready for 3.
Amazing. And last question, you know, for people who joined us for all 10 days to see what we can accomplish together with our international partners, what do you think about the fact that we're going to keep doing this more and more and more?
It's incredibly exciting. I mean, yes, it's the contributions, like the best and brightest across the NASA workforce from across the country. Our industry partners, our international partners. We had a Canadian Space Agency astronaut on board in Jeremy. We had the European Service Module. And you think, in the days leading up to this launch, I mean, 48 hours prior to launching Artemis 2, I was meeting with the Italian Space Agency. We signed a memorandum of understanding to build a habitation module on the moon. I mean, you have countries, all of our allies and partners coming together saying, we are committed to this effort. We are returning to the moon. We're doing it to stay. We are building that enduring presence. We are going to master the skills on the surface of the moon so someday we can undertake missions to Mars. It's just an incredibly exciting time, and we're not going at it alone. We're bringing everybody along with us.
Absolutely. And speaking of everyone, one more time, we're going to ask the crew here, you guys ready to land on the moon? Awesome. I love that. Okay, well, thank you so much, Administrator. Appreciate you being here. We're, of course, going to stay on to watch the crew get extracted from Orion, so stay tuned, and we'll see you back here shortly.
Thank you, Megan, and thank you, Administrator Isaacman. We are in the process of working to establish that communications link and to establish the procedures that will lead to the power down of the spacecraft, which is gently bobbing in the Pacific following a bullseye touchdown that occurred at 7:07 p.m. Central Time, 5:07 p.m. Pacific Time, 2.5 hours before sunset in the Pacific, southwest of San Diego. We have once again heard from the crew during that interview opportunity with the administrator, and we have 4 healthy crew members on board. We now have confirmation that the vehicle has been powered down as per the procedures. So we have vehicle powered down, and the flight control team here in Houston, Flight Director Rick Henfling, has handed over mission authority to the Exploration Ground Systems team out in the Pacific. Now, we will physically not get off console with this team until the crew has been extracted into the front porch, that inflatable raft that will be erected along the side hatch of Integrity. So we're standing by for that in the next step in the recovery procedures. But everything is in great shape, and we have 4 healthy crew members on board the vehicle. All of the entry events went by the book, no issues, perfect trajectory for Integrity. that was culminated with one final raise burn to improve the angle of attack for the vehicle as it entered the Earth's atmosphere. All of that flight dynamics computation worked like a charm. So we are standing by for the recovery team to approach integrity and begin the process of erecting that inflatable raft called the front porch, which will see the crew members be extracted from the hatch of Orion into that inflatable raft before they're hoisted aboard two Navy helicopters in a variety of different configurations. Each crew member will be hoisted in sequential fashion, in alternating fashion, two crew members for each helicopter before they turn around to head back to the John P. Murtha. Once on the deck of the ship, they'll be brought into medical bay for comprehensive medical exams. But Reed Wiseman has reported several times that the crew is in excellent shape. So just to recap, it has been some 26 and a half minutes since the splashdown of Integrity in the Pacific. The vehicle is in excellent shape. It performed like a champ all the way down through the Earth's atmosphere. All of the vehicle functions were checked off in excellent trip hammer fashion. The parachutes all deployed as planned. Splashdown occurring at 7:07 p.m. Central Time, 5:07 p.m. Pacific Time. And after a bit of a tussle to try to establish a communications link with the recovery team, we were finally able to run through the procedures for the powering down of the vehicle. We've handed over mission authority to the Exploration Ground Systems folks out in the Pacific, and the recovery team will be approaching the vehicle shortly to erect the inflatable raft called the front porch before opening the hatch to Integrity to bring the crew members onto that raft before they're hoisted onto two Navy helicopters, two crew members for each helicopter, before they're flown back to the deck of the USS John P. Murtha.